Today we're going to talk about the 11 ways that I tricked and brainwashed my brain to become a millionaire and made millions of dollars. My name is Michael Barayev. I was able to build a team of 150 plus sales guys in less than 2.5 years. We did it with zero money invested, and now we have a solar company that's growing like crazy. We have a consulting company that helps salespeople and entrepreneurs with getting better at sales and closing deals. And we also have a multifamily business that's investing in multifamily real estate. So these are 11 things that I tricked myself and brainwashed myself to become a millionaire. I mean, these 11 things. I mean, to be honest with you, if you understand these things, it takes years to change your mentality on these things, right? But number one is going from the W-2 mindset to the 1099 mindset. So many people have this W-2 mentality. They want to go to work, they want to put in time, and they want to get paid. Versus a 1099 mindset is they want to put in work, and if they get a result, they want to get paid. It's a big difference, right? So if you want to start making more money and making millions, you got to get out of the mindset of I'm putting in the work, I deserve to get a paycheck. Because you're never going to hit the millions if you have that kind of mentality. It's not about how much time you put in, how much work you put in. It's about, is it effective work? That's the real thing. Is there effective work coming out of your actions? And if not, then guess what? You don't deserve to get paid. And that's the challenge, because in a W-2 situation, if you put in 40 hours, you're going to get paid 40 hours, whether it was effective or not a lot of times. But in the business owner side, that's not the way it works. If it's not effective, you ain't getting fucking paid. If you don't sign up those customers, you're not getting paid this week. And you still got to pay payroll, X, Y, and Z, right? Number two, the owner versus worker mentality, right? A lot of workers, they want to go hit their fucking 40 hours and bust out. Versus an owner is willing to do whatever the fuck it takes. Right? A lot of people say 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5. But in my mindset, it was 95, 95, 95. Because I said to myself, I'm going to put 95 hours a week versus just doing 9 to 5. And if you have this mentality of 9 to 5 and all this stuff, it's probably not going to happen to you. And by the way, you might say, Michael, I don't want to live an unbalanced life. Then maybe becoming a millionaire is not for you. But if you want to hit the high levels of success, whether it's basketball player, you want to be millions, whatever it may be, you have to understand that being that guy that's just going to do 9 to 5, just the bare minimum, it's probably not going to happen. You have to shift your mind to having that 95, because I guarantee you, you're probably going to hit it more like the probability and the possibility is much greater here than it is with just 9 to 5, right? So next, number 3, the long-term mentality versus the short-term mentality. Most people have a very, very, very short-term mentality. I told myself at 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, I'm not trying to become a millionaire today. I want to become a millionaire, but before I'm 30. So I did everything I possibly could to think long-term. How can I invest in myself long-term, 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 long-term? It's not about short-term. Because listen, if you just think about today, you're never going to get a chance to take care of your future tomorrow. You have to think about your future self. You got to think about your next. Like right now, I'm 33. I'm thinking about what's going to happen when I'm 35, when I'm 40, my 45. I'm thinking about the future Michael. What will he say about me today? What am I doing today? Am I getting closer to those dreams and goals, or am I getting farther? And that's the mentality to have. Think long term, because I guarantee you this. All this short-term shit that you see on Instagram, and you see everyone flashing this and flashing that, if that gets you sucked in because you want to fit in with everyone else, it's very, very difficult for you to become a successful millionaire, in my opinion, because you'll become a millionaire, you might lose it really quickly, because you have to think long-term. Long-term actually works way better. I'd rather have the Lambo, the Ferrari, all these different things when I'm 40 and doing it right than getting it at 25 and doing it all wrong. That's the mentality you need to have. Next, pay now and play later mentality. Right? This is number 4 for me. I understood the mindset. I'm going to pay now. I'm going to hustle now. I'm going to grind now. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to be in pain now. And then later on, I'm going to have fun. And guess what? I did not travel, right? I didn't travel from the ages of 18 till 25 years old. I didn't travel. I didn't go on one airplane. I didn't go anywhere. I literally stayed and worked in Tri-State. I did busted my ass. I drove everywhere. I busted my ass, right? And then the first time I went on an airplane was because one of my mentors was like, listen, go have fun on this vacation. It was a trip to Israel to see my family, this and that. It was like a 10-day trip. And I went, I did that, and I came back, and I was hustling right after that, right? It was a 10-day break that I had. Because every single day after that, before that, I was just working, grinding, pushing, shoving. That's what I was doing, right? Because it was pay now, play later. And I didn't travel the world until my 30s, right? I didn't start traveling until 29, 30 years old, a couple years ago. And I've seen over 30 countries. Why is that? Because I understood pay now, play later. Now I play. Back then, I was freaking paying the price, right? And that's the mentality you want to have. Number 5, starve your distractions. Oh, that's a big one. Starve your distractions. The amount of distractions people have these days is insane. Is insane. When I was growing up, we had MySpace. Some of you guys may remember MySpace. Nowadays, you have Facebook, you got TikTok, you got Instagram, you got LinkedIn, you got Snapchat, you got Pinterest, you got all kinds of shit. You got everything trying to grab your attention. And what it's doing is distracting you from the future. You got everyone nowadays has HBO and Netflix and this and this and that. And you're literally sucked into every single app instead of focusing on your dreams and your goals. Look at your screen time on your freaking phone and see how many hours you're spending on each app. And listen, if you're spending an hour or two here and there on different apps, that's okay. Nothing wrong with spending time on TikTok. But if your goal is to become a multimillionaire, you're spending 3-4 hours a day on all these different apps, it's just distracting the shit out of you. By the way, living in areas, like for example, I live in Brickell. It can be very, 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 very distracting in Miami, Brickell. Why? You got nice cars, nice girls. Everyone's driving around like they don't, I don't even know people who work these days. Because everyone's outside in the middle of the day, look like they're going to the gym. I never see them in the gym, but they all look good, smell good, fake lips, fake this, fake that. Everyone's making money with their laptops. Who knows what the fuck they're doing these days, right? Roommating with 6 other fucking people in a fucking building, and it's the funniest shit ever. And you get sucked into that fucking lifestyle, going out on Monday, every single day in the week, there's some kind of fucking party here. Some kind of event. You get sucked into those distractions, and you wonder why you're not where you need to be, right? Number 6, obsession. This mentality, this mindset fucking changed my life. I became so obsessed. I wanted to become a millionaire so fucking bad. I said, I don't give a fuck what I gotta do. As long as I don't have to kill anybody, as long as it's legal, ethical, and moral, I'm fucking doing it. Knocking on doors, fuck it. Till what time? 9 o'clock? Fuck it. Go to the gym till fucking 11 o'clock at night? Fuck it. I didn't care. I just wanted to become I wanted it so freaking bad that nothing mattered. And when you become obsessed, when you become driven, you become fucking like hungry for your wins, hungry for your life, that's when it happens. It's very unlikely to happen if you just, I wish I could be a millionaire one day. I wish, it sounds good. It sounds like it's cool. That's not gonna rock, bro. It's not gonna rock like you have to really, really fucking want it bad enough. You wanna have it bad enough that it fucking gets you upset and gets you mad that you're willing to do action. We call it the action threshold, right? Number 7, you gotta work harder than yesterday. Right? You gotta work harder than yesterday. You gotta look at yesterday and say, you know what? I worked 6 hours yesterday. Today I'm gonna work 7 hours. I'm gonna fucking bust my ass. Then 8 hours, then 9 hours, then 10 hours. And then in those hours, what am I doing? I gotta put more time in. I gotta hire more people. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Always grind harder than the yesterday. Oh, Michael, I wanna enjoy my life. You can. Pay now, play later, man. I'm telling you, it's worth it. I'm not saying for 30 years pay, 5 years, 10 years. And I guarantee you have a life full of playing, I promise you. But you gotta do it the right way, right? Number 8, beat your own numbers and beat your own records. I always wanted to beat my own numbers. If I did 3 sales that week, I wanted to do 4 the next week. If I did 4 last week, I wanted to get 5. If I got 5 sales, I'm like, okay, I maxed out my limit. Okay, great. How do I get 5 sales in 3 days versus 5 days? Like, I always try to play mind games with myself because I wanted to beat myself, beat my old numbers, beat my competition. The competition was not on the outside. The competition was on the inside for me. It was me versus me. Me versus myself. I wasn't competing with other people. I wasn't competing with people. I didn't care what people were doing. I knew what I was doing. And I wanted to become the best version of myself. And that was the mentality I always had, right? Number 9, which is what I just talked about, pay attention to no one's path. Who gives a shit what everyone's doing? Who gives a shit if Bobby down the block has the same business as you and he's doing more than you? He has more customers than you. Who gives a shit? Too many people focus on what's going on over here, what's going on over there, what's going on over there, and they never get a chance to succeed in their own lane, right? I was watching this Instagram a couple years back, and I saw a meme where it showed Michael Phelps was swimming, and there was another guy next to him, and the other guy next to him was looking at him as he was about to win, while Michael Phelps was focused on winning. You see, winners focus on winning, and losers focus on winners. And that's the mentality. You want to focus 100% on just winning, nothing else. Don't worry about Joey Schmoe and all these other people out there. Focus on your own lane, right? Number 10, education. Education, daily education, daily education, daily. Curiosity. This is what's going to give you that fire to go out there to learn new things and become a better you. YouTube, podcast, Instagram, fucking whatever it may be, courses, coaches, mentorship, masterminds, whatever, workshops, whatever it may be. Figure out a way to get yourself educated on the topics that are interesting to you and be curious about the world. There's so much things you can learn about the world, about your business, about yourself, about humanity, whatever it may be that interests you. You gotta be curious. It's hard to become successful if you don't have no curiosity, right? The most successful people in the world are really curious and like, you know what, this doesn't work. How can we make it work? Look at Elon Musk, the most curious person in the world. He wants to go to Mars. Think about that. Like, that's curious. That's curiosity, right? Number 11, persistent and consistent. You gotta have that mindset, man. You gotta have this trick, man, it just works. Persistent and consistent. Don't stop. I don't care if you get hurt. I don't care if you get tired. Don't stop. Just keep showing up. Don't stop. Keep showing up. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You might say, Michael, I can't, I'm tired. I understand you're tired. I get it. Be persistent. Be consistent. And I promise you, you're gonna look back at your life and say, wow, It's crazy. What did I do to deserve this? All I did was just do a lot of these things and that's it. It wasn't that difficult, gang. It wasn't that difficult. The difficult part was just doing it day in and day out, day in and day out when everyone else was having fun. I remember these days like it was yesterday. Everybody was having fun. Everybody was chilling. But me, man, I was just fucking focused. I was just grinding. And now, let's go fucking chill, man. Let's go have some fun. That's the mentality. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. If you love this kind of content, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this with a friend, and we'll see you guys in the next video.